Being too nice is killing your dating life, and you don't even see it happening. I'm breaking down 5 habits Dr. Gottman says destroy attraction. And number 3 is the one nobody talks about. Let's go. Habit number 1, over-apologizing for everything. You say sorry for everything. Sorry for texting. Sorry for having an opinion. Sorry for being 2 minutes late. Sorry for ordering first at a restaurant. Every unnecessary apology is a small withdrawal from your confidence bank. And the person you're dating? They're watching. Dr. Gottman's research shows that constant apologizing signals low self-worth, and attraction doesn't grow in the soil of insecurity. When you apologize for things that don't warrant an apology, you're telling the other person, I don't deserve to be here. If a guy says, sorry for asking you out, I know you're probably busy, what's he really saying? I'm not worth your time. If a woman texts back and immediately follows with, sorry for the long text, she's shrinking herself. The other person starts believing it too, not consciously, but subconsciously. They begin to see you as less valuable because you keep telling them you are. What to do instead? Replace apologies with gratitude. Instead of, sorry I'm late, try, thanks for waiting. Instead of, sorry for texting so much, say, I appreciate you taking the time to respond. One diminishes you, the other honors both of you. You're not eliminating kindness, you're eliminating the habit of making yourself small. Habit number 2, always agreeing, having no opinions. You never disagree. Someone asks where you want to eat, you say, whatever you want. They ask what movie to watch. I'm good with anything. No preferences, no opinions, no edges. You think you're being easygoing, but here's what the other person experiences: boredom. Gottman found that healthy relationships need gentle conflict, not drama, but the ability to say, actually, I see it differently. Because that's where intimacy lives, in the space where 2 real people meet, not where one person disappears. When you always agree, you're not showing up as a full person, you're showing up as a mirror, and nobody falls in love with their own reflection. Have you ever been around someone who agrees with everything you say? It feels good for 5 minutes. Then it feels weird, unsettling, like you're talking to a wall. The shift. Start expressing preferences, not aggressively, but authentically. I'd love to try that Thai place. I'm more in the mood for a comedy tonight. The conversation gets interesting. You become interesting. Habit number 3, excessive self-sacrifice, abandoning your life. You cancel plans with friends every time they text. You drop hobbies you loved. You say no to career opportunities to be more available. You abandon your entire life to orbit around this person. Initially, they might feel flattered, but here's what happens next. The very things that made you attractive start disappearing. Gottman's sound relationship house theory says you need separate identities. You need your own life to bring something valuable to the relationship. When you give up everything, you become dependent, clingy, and that pressure suffocates attraction. When you first met this person, you had friends, passions, a full life. That independence was magnetic. But now you're always available, always waiting. The mystery is gone. The challenge is gone. Here's a hard truth. When you make someone your entire world, you stop being their favorite part of it. What to do? Keep your life. Maintain your friendships. Pursue your goals. Say, I can't tonight. I have plans with friends, but how about Thursday? That's not playing hard to get. That's being a whole person. Habit number 4, overgiving without receiving. You always pay for dates. You always plan everything. You're always the emotional support system. You never let them contribute. You never share your struggles. You think you're being generous, strong, the giver in the relationship, but Gottman's research reveals relationships need reciprocity. He calls them bids for connection, and they have to go both ways. When you block the other person from giving back, you create one of 2 outcomes. They feel guilty, or they feel entitled. Neither builds attraction. Men often do this with money, always insisting on paying, never letting her contribute. Women often do this emotionally, always being the rock, never showing vulnerability. Both create the same problem, an unequal dynamic. Here's the paradox. When you never receive, you never give them the gift of feeling valuable. You rob them of the opportunity to show up for you. The solution? Let them give. Accept their offer to pay sometimes. Share when you're having a hard day. Ask for help. Habit number 5, seeking constant reassurance. After every date, did you have fun? Are you sure? After every text delay, are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Multiple times a day, do you still like me? We're okay, right? You're seeking constant reassurance, and it's coming from fear, that terror of not being enough. But every time you ask for reassurance, you're actually creating the doubt you're afraid of. Gottman calls this negative sentiment override, where your anxiety becomes the dominant energy in the relationship. Think about it from their perspective. They liked you yesterday. They texted you this morning. They made plans for the weekend. But now you're questioning everything because they didn't respond in 10 minutes. That's exhausting. It feels like parenting, not partnering. And attraction doesn't grow in exhaustion. Here's the truth. If someone wants to be with you, you'll know. And if they don't, no amount of reassurance seeking will change it. The only thing it does is push away people who actually did like you. Build self-assurance instead. Trust yourself. Trust the connection. Give it room to breathe. Confidence isn't loud. It's quiet. Stop over-apologizing. Express your real opinions. Keep your own life. Let them give to you. Trust the connection. These aren't just habits to break. They're invitations to show up as your full self, not a smaller, safer, nicer version. Dr. Gottman's decades of research prove this. Attraction isn't built on people-pleasing. It's built on authenticity and two people who respect themselves enough to respect each other. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pick one habit from this video, just one. Commit to shifting it this week. Then drop a comment and tell me which one you're working on. I read every single comment, and I want to know your experience. Subscribe for more psychology-backed dating advice. You've got this.